Good afternoon, Ghana. It's 12 o'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi
News.
It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. The news is also live around the world on citinewsroom.com. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, ECG cut power to state broadcaster GBC and the Ghana Water Limited over 4 million cedis debt issues a 48-hour ultimatum to settle arrears or face extended disconnection to its pumping stations.
Management of Ghana Water are in charge and they have to ensure that these payments are made. We will be giving them between 24 to 48 hours. Failure to comply, then we will then disconnect the head pumps, which will affect their customers as well.
Also coming up, Clocksag begins nationwide strike, leaving applicants of birth and death certificates frustrated and stranded.
But we need it urgently. It's from my ward. We need it urgently, but we will still wait.
Still ahead, Bank of Ghana moves to shield Ghana's economy amid Middle East tensions between Iran and Israel.
I wish to assure the public that Ghana's macroeconomic buffers are stronger today than they have been in recent years. Our foreign reserve position, inflation trajectory, and fiscal adjustment efforts provide a solid cushion against these.
And later, with 3 days to the maiden Agri-Fair, today we put the spotlight on one of our key sponsors, Exim Bank, who are promising patrons a showcase of agricultural innovations.
We are going to have a booth, and at that booth, we welcome people who want to make inquiries about our products and our services.
Wonderful.
Number two, we'll also be looking for potential agri businesses that we can fund to grow.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is live on all our affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. Upper West region, we are live on Tumpani Radio 88.5 in Nadoli, Japa FM 96.1 in Japa. Upper East, we are live on Recast FM 92.1 in Bongo Namo. Northern region, we are live on North Star Radio 92.1 in Tamale. Northeast region, we are live on Nobia FM 98.1 in Nalerigo. Western region, we are live on Beach FM 105.5 and Sky Power FM 93.5, both in Takrady. Ashanti region, Focus FM 94.3 on KNUST campus and Orange FM 107.9, also in Kumasi. Volta region, we are live on Sela Radio 97.1 in Dabala. Holy FM 98.5 in Aplao. Savannah region, this is Kasha FM 99.5 in Damongo. And Bono region, we are live on Gurina FM 95.9 in Sunyai.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has begun a major disconnection exercise targeting customers with outstanding debt. As part of the operation, the ECG task force visited Ghana Water Limited to disconnect its power supply over unpaid debt nearing 1 billion cedis. The team also proceeded to the premises of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation to carry out a similar exercise. According to the ECG, institutions institutions in the Roman Rich district such as Lancaster Hotel, African Regent Hotel, among others, have outstanding debt, including GBC owing over 3 million cedis. Meanwhile, the ECG has issued a 48-hour ultimatum to Ghana Water Limited to settle its outstanding debt or risk an extended disconnection of power supply to 8 main pumping stations, which are crucial for nationwide water distribution. Acting General Manager in charge of operations at the ECG, Ishmael Tete Oku, shared these details in an interview with Citi News.
Normal revenue mobilization activities which the special operation team embarking on with regards to our customers who are indebted to us. We started this morning specifically with Ghana Water. Ghana Water is owing us about 999.6 million Ghana cedis, almost a billion Ghana cedis. And so we are to disconnect their head pumps. But we thought it wise not to actually start with the head pumps, but rather to disconnect their headquarters, because management of Ghana Water are in charge and they have to ensure that these payments are made. So we have disconnected the headquarters. We will be giving them between 24 to 48 hours. Failure to comply, then we will then disconnect the head pumps, which will affect their customers as well. They are supposed to be paying us 72 million on a monthly basis, effective from the month of May, and they've not done that. They've only paid 5 million. So not only them, you've also disconnected the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, that's GBC. They're also owing us over 8 million Ghana cedis. Other institutions are owing us, so it's not like we are only disconnecting Ghana Water, but it looks like they are holding a chunk of our money. So we have disconnected them, and we hope and pray that they will comply for us to restore power. We also want to advise the general public, especially those who are owing, to pay their bills so that we will not disconnect them to.
He had the acting general manager in charge of operations at the ECG, Ishmael Tete Oku. The Bank of Ghana says it is taking steps to safeguard the country's economic stability amid rising tensions in the Middle East. Speaking at the last mile event in Accra, Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama said the central bank is working with international partners to contain any external shocks. He assured that Ghana's economic fundamentals remain solid and that the bank stands ready to respond to protect the financial sector.
The evolving geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, particularly the Iran-Israel conflict. While the Bank of Ghana is closely monitoring the situation and its potential impact on global energy markets, supply chains, and investor sentiment, I wish to assure the public that Ghana's macroeconomic buffers are stronger today than they have been in recent years. Our foreign reserve position, inflation trajectory, and fiscal adjustment efforts provide a solid cushion against these. We are also actively engaged with our international partners to remain responsive to any external shocks. The bank stands ready to take prudent and preemptive measures to preserve Ghana's economic stability and protect the progress we have made so far. So let us bank the last mile, and let us do this together.
Commenting on the latest Fitch ratings, Dr. Isiama says the credit upgrade is a clear signal of Ghana's improving economic outlook.
Only yesterday, for some of you may have heard, Fitch has upgraded our sovereign rating once again. This is testament to the progress we are talking about. You just have to look at our external sector performance and be guided. Do not be driven by speculations. Do not be driven by what somebody said. Do not be driven by what His Excellency the President said. Be driven by what I say. And of course, be driven by what the data says. Look at the data we put out there and be guided accordingly. Now, as I always say, our focus is to limit exchange rate volatility. it's okay for the exchange rate to move on a daily basis. It's not a disaster, right? It is what we call an endogenous variable. It's impacted by several factors. Factors from near term to short term to medium term to longer term, right? Several factors impact on the exchange rate.
That was the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama. Now, Citi News can confirm that the NPP's first vice chairperson, Dankwa Smith Bute, is currently chairing a National Executive Committee meeting underway at the Alisa Hotel here in Accra. This follows a formal request from the family of party chairman Stephen Ayusu in team to the Council of Elders seeking his temporary release from duties over health concerns. The meeting is expected to review progress made by the party's Constitutional Review Committee. My colleague Hansen Ajuman joins us live from the Alisa Hotel, where the meeting is currently ongoing. Hansen, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. Which other party officials are present at this particular meeting?
So it's a National Executive Committee meeting, and so the National Executive, like the General Secretary, his deputy, the organizer of the party, the youth organizers, and other appointed executives of the party are here. Again, members of parliament across the country. Some of these members of parliament are also here. We've seen the person of Dr. Ayu Afriye. We've also seen the person of Dominic Nitiwu. And also the party's 2024 flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Maumia, is here. Again, Brian Champon, who has given indication of soliciting for views on whether he should contest the 2028 presidential primaries of the NPP, is also here as well. After the National Executive Committee meeting, the National Council of the party is also expected to meet on a similar agenda. And so some members of the National Council are here. And we've also cited the former Chief of Staff during the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in the person of Prema Osei.
So what are some of the proposed amendments to the Constitution that has been discussed at this meeting, if you have any update for us?
So key proposals include the structure of the party, which is whether certain appointed officers should be elected, i.e. persons who are in deputy positions like the Deputy General Secretary, like the Deputy Organizer, and also positions like Communications Director and his deputies, who are usually appointed. So there's a conversation as to whether those positions should be made elective offices. And then there's also conversations on the style of holding the primaries or elections within the party. We know previously the elections are held from the bottom-up approach, which is to elect the polling station executive, create an album, and then elect the electoral areas, and then you go to constituency, regional, national, and then before you get to the flag bearer and parliamentary candidates. So there are conversations as to what style to do it. Some are suggesting that the status quo remain. Others believe that the flag bearer should be elected first, and then perhaps parliamentary candidates, and then before you go into executive officers in the various regions, constituencies, electoral areas, and polling station levels. So these are some of the few proposals that the National Executive Committee, but we do not know yet the position that the Constitutional Review Committee has taken and the particular proposals that have been submitted to the National Executive Committee. But these were the topical areas within which the conversation centered on.
Now, briefly, we are told members of NEC are divided on when the presidential elections for the party should be held. Do you have any information on how this is being resolved?
From my interaction with party members and some of the people who've been here, the National Executive Committee, and to a large extent, a great number of the party people are looking for a solution where there's little interference when it comes to the selection of various officers, i.e., should the executives be elected first, such that those electors would have a hand in whipping everybody in line to vote for a presidential candidate, or a presidential candidate should be elected first, and which presidential candidate may not be so interested in who actually becomes an executive of the party, and perhaps may only be interested in people who will fill that position and be able to deliver the job for the party. And so the members here, we are told, are concerned about how they can maneuver their way around this to ensure that there's effectiveness, and to ensure that at least when the party elects its officers, there will be that level of acceptability from the rank and file of the party.
Very well, grateful for your time. Hansen Ajumana is my colleague at Alisa Hotel. We'll bring you more on this in our subsequent bulletins. This is still the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still to come, with just 3 days to the Maiden Agri Fair, today we are putting the spotlight on one of our key sponsors, Exim Bank, who are promising patrons a showcase of agricultural innovations.
We are going to have a booth, and at that booth, we welcome people who want to make inquiries about our products and our services.
Wonderful.
Number two, we'll also be looking for potential agri businesses that we can fund to grow.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
AgriFair 2025 is almost here. The much anticipated AgriFair 2025 is just around the corner, happening from the 20th to the 22nd of June at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Get ready for a fun, educative, and exciting experience as we bring together the very best in agriculture, food, innovation, and entertainment all in one place. Exhibitors, if you have registered, it's time to pay and secure your spot before it's too late. Don't miss this opportunity to showcase your product to thousands of attendees. Call 0205 973 973 now to make your payment and lock in your space at Ghana's biggest agri event. Come and enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices and treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Don't miss this. See you there. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, and Twilliam Ghana Limited. Our technology partner is Farmerline.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, some assemblies in the Greater Accra region have began removing unauthorized billboards after a 21-day ultimatum from the National Road Safety Authority elapsed. The authority had directed all metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies to take down billboards along road medians by June 2, citing safety risks. Now, speaking to Citi News, the authority's head of communications, Pearl Adusu Setekla, says while some assemblies have complied, others are seeking more time to consult advertising firms.
After the deadline, we wrote to the Greater Accra Regional Council. So they invited all the MDs and we met them. Some of them wrote their in preparation to remove the unauthorized billboards from their jurisdiction. Others also asked us to give them time so that they will meet with advertisers and remove them. So a few have removed, but most of them have written back to us to give them some time, prepare well to remove them. So that's what we are on.
Head of Communications at the National Road Safety Authority, Pearl Adusu Satekla. Now, former MP for Anyansu Otum, Dixon Adumako Kisi, says introducing more waste management firms into the sector will boost competition and improve service delivery. His remarks follow government termination of its contract with Zoom Lion Ghana Limited under the Youth Employment Agency Sanitation Module. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily, Adumako Kisi noted that monopolies hinder progress and claimed the state has incurred losses due to Zoom Lion's long-standing dominance in sanitation contracts.
So I firmly believe that this will create some level of competition for Zoom Lion. Supposing they get one zone, be it northern, southern, western, or eastern, they'll cherish the contract better, they'll deliver better, and certainly once there's an alternative to Zoom Lion, it makes their behavior different. Monopoly is not good from Economics 101. When you have monopoly and they determine the market rate and everything, it leads to consumers losing out, or in this case, government has lost out largely because it was a monopolized industry where most of government, cleanup exercises were conducted by Zoom.
You had a former MP for Anyansu Otum, Dr. Dixon Adumako Kisina, speaking on the same program. The MP for Sisala West, Muhammad Adam Superu, backed government move to decentralize waste management, saying it will improve efficiency and service delivery.
Government to say that they are going to decentralize it, that is even, makes it more beautiful. In the sense that if you are in your district, the district chief executive who is in charge of the district can determine who becomes the sanitation company over there, who handles their sanitation. There are components of the contract, if you look at it. The sweeping aspect is there. The collecting of, the waste aspect is there. So when it comes to the fumigation is also there. And also, I think, the disposal. So that nobody can take the capacity when it comes to the, collection. The collection and where the
landfills.
The landfills.
Right.
When it comes to that, Zoom Lion has the capacity because most of the landfills, I think, it only if you go to Ashanti region, he has one there. If you go to even Greater Accra here, he has I think 2 or so in Greater Accra here. So it can be looked at. Other people can participate in terms of the sweeping. Other people can participate in terms of collecting. He can also handle other aspects.
That was the MP for Sisala West, Muhammad Adam Superu. The strike declared by the Civil and Local Government Staff Association, CLOCSAG, is yet to take full effect as offices remain operational. CLOCSAG directed staff at the births and deaths registry across the country to stay away from work as part of a nationwide industrial action. The strike is in protest against the alleged misconduct of acting registrar Samuel Adumboche, accused of unauthorized staff reassignment and creating a hostile work environment. My colleague Samuel Akom has been monitoring the strike and joins us live via telephone. Sammy, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. Have you engaged some staff of CLOCSAG, and what reasons are they giving for them defying the directive from the CLOCSAG leadership?
Thank you, Howard. So the first stop this morning was at the death registry here in Accra. That is because yesterday, in a statement, CLOCSAG indicated that staff of birth and death should not work. That is, they declared a strike on them, indicating that they will only return and after the registrar for birth and death has been removed. That is Samuel Adumboche. So we made a stop there to find out how things are going. We noticed that staff were at post and offices were opened. A couple of applicants walking in and out. So we engaged the staff there who indicated that, yes, they are complying with the strike, but the offices are opened basically because there is a audit head count for their staff. That is the main reason why they are there, but they are in full compliance of the strike declared by ClockSAC. And so that was the first stop. Then after we engaged ClockSAC executives, who have also indicated that yes, the strike is in full force across the country, and they will only return after the registrar for birth and death has been removed from office. Basically citing that the staff working there presently are complaining that he is quote unquote allegedly acting irresponsibly and putting them in some conditions that are not favorable to the staff. And so these are the reasons they are citing. So I asked the General Secretary the PRO again, and then he says, well, they are open for negotiations, but their major demand is that the man is removed, that is Samuel Adumboche is removed as Registrar for Birth and Death before the staff can go back to work across the country. So that has been the development with regards to the strike declared by ClockSAC on the birth and death staff.
Very well. Sami, you spoke to an executive of ClockSAC. You mentioned the PR. What's his name and what exactly are they saying about this development and what is their next line of action?
Right. So the first question I posed to him was that I visited some offices and the offices were open. Then he said, okay, well, it's the first day of the strike and so it is expected, but some elsewhere across the country, they are all compliant. Staff of birth and death are not working, but they will start engagement. So I asked whether the labor ministry or they've had engagement with government, and they said as of now, they've not had any engagement or received any call with regards to the most recent strike. But their major demand is that the registrar for birth and death should be removed from office. Until that is done, the staff of birth and death will not return to work. So that is a major demand. Very
well. Thank you. Let's now hear from the executive my colleague Sami spoke to.
Best we can resolve this issue. It's rather unfortunate that just about a few months down the line that the man has been at post is rather intimidating members at the workplace, at the registrar for birth and death. He's intimidating our members, calling them all sorts of names, verbal abuse, physical abuse, and also working with macho men around the offices. This is not a good working condition for our members. So after the meeting, it was concluded by the National Executive Council of ClockSAC that members within the offices of the Registrar for Births and Deaths should embark on a nationwide strike. So as I speak to you, all the 16 regions, all offices of the Registrar for Births and Deaths has been closed down, and we expect our members not to go to work until the Samuel Adumboche is removed from office.
Well, let's go to Ashanti region where we understand persons visiting the birth and death office have been left stranded.
I came to renew, and also to replace, and also to do a new one. It's a business that I do. I do collect from people and I go bring them. But the last 2 months I came and they told me the paper has short. So I should come the following 2 weeks again to come and confirm or check if I can get some of the things. I came again also and they said still. So they asked me to come end of this month. So I decided to pass by and check if the papers are still there or they are still working so that I can able to process, because people are calling me and they're giving me pressure a whole lot.
So that was an applicant who visited the birth and death registry office in the Ashanti region. Now, with just 3 days to go, excitement is building for the maiden edition of Channel 1 TV's Agri Fair, touted as the biggest agricultural fair in the country. Sponsors say attendees can expect a vibrant showcase of groundbreaking agricultural innovations. The event runs from Friday, June 20 to Sunday, June 22 at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show earlier today, head of small and medium enterprises at Exim Bank, Bright Darko, gave a glimpse of what attendees can expect this weekend.
When it comes to agric, Exim always comes to mind because most commercial banks shy away from direct agric production.
Yes.
That is where we go directly. In fact, we chase them. And then, so agri-fair is just promoting what we finance.
Correct.
We are promoting what we finance. So it falls in tandem. And the product that will be exhibited are the produce that we want to produce here to ensure we had food security.
Okay, which means you have farmers you deal with and businesses you've supported who you would like to even showcase, correct?
Oh yes. Yes.
So what are you hoping to see and what should we expect from you when you come there?
Okay, we are going to have a booth, and at that booth we welcome people who want to make inquiries about our product and our services.
Wonderful.
Number two, we'll also be looking for potential agric businesses that we can support to grow.
Bright Darko is head of SME at Exim Bank, one of the sponsors of the maiden edition of Channel 1 TV's Agri Fair. And that's it for today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citinewsroom.com for more stories. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Thank you for your company.
Citi News, we speak first.